Does anyone
Yes.
have any difficulty in
Yes.
that? So if you, so in today's class, many people will say yes, but many people won't say anything. They will not say yes, they will not say no. So whoever is not saying no, I will presume that all of them, the answer is yes. Okay. If you have any no to say, then you should say no. Okay. No, I don't have. I have this difficulty. You should stop me. Okay. This is very important. Without Moodle login, there is no point in sitting in this class. Okay. Again, I will just show you that message, that screenshot which I have shared with you. Where it is, I don't know. Yeah, here, which is our class. This is our class. Yeah, in this general channel I have shared, and maybe you will be having the Moodle login already, and you could log in without any trouble. But if you have any trouble, then you can just see this message. This I have posted this morning, just to make you aware of the importance of Moodle and having a Moodle login. Once you have that, then it's fine. It is useful all along the course in this institute. As long as you are associated with this institute, many professors will conduct their classes through Moodle, so it will be very much helpful. So let us anyway start. Many of you might have already started for some classes. I don't know. Many professors are you doing this. So actually, I am. I think I am. We are running behind a little. So it's ready, I think. So what we can do is this is the Moodle login. So if you can log in, this is the website. This address you can see. Move it. Okay, that is the. If you Google it, you can VIT Moodle or something. You can type. Then you will get it. The URL name is Move It, or any way you can pronounce it. MOOVIT. So that is okay. Things I'm not. Yeah. So this is how. You can log in it. All of you log in?
Sir, are you
Yes, sir.
sharing any?
Okay, so yeah, slide I have not. So I'm sorry, slide I have not shared. I think. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, this was the pictures that I wanted to show you, but unfortunately I forgot to share the screen. So this anyway, this is there in your chat, general channel. If you see the conversations, this is there. So this conversation you can follow either, or if you already have the login, then no issues. Then you can come to this part into your browser and you can type like this. This is move it. So MOOVIT. Okay. If you type VIT Moodle or something in Google, you will be directed to this place where you can enter your login and password. You can see a screen like this. You can see a screen like this, something. So here all these things are displayed. It's from where here I have copied those screenshots. So it is again. Now you are not logged in. You can see you are not logged in. On the top right, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
you,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes. You click on the login and you use your login and password. I am using my login and password. So I will be logging in like this. You can use your own login and password. And you will be directed to not this kind of a page. This is my page. This is the teacher's page, but you will be directed to a student's page. So this page will be different. Okay. Now you can go to our class. We can go to our class. You will be, all of you will be enrolled. All of you are enrolled in my class. That is our DAA lab class as well as DAA theory class. That is CSE 2012 lab class as well as theory class. So corresponding to our slot, you can click on that class. I don't know which is that class. This is L11, 12. This is not the class. I think this will be the class. Yeah, this is the class. So this class, can you see this class?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes,
Everyone,
sir.
can you see? So if you don't say no, it is by default a yes. So you can click on that class and enter into that class. CSE 2012 Design and Analysis of Algorithm. This is our lab class and we will conduct this in fall semester and the slot is L51, L52. And this is the class number which is available in VTOP. So this is exactly the VTOP class number. Okay. So this much details you can see. So this is how you can see it. Maybe I'll switch my screen to student view so that you can also see, or else both our views will be synchronized. So I'll just switch to student view. So this is how I can see this, or this is how you people can see this. Is it like that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Exactly,
Yes, sir.
exactly same.
Yes, sir.
So if I click on the participants, you can also see the some participants list. So just to verify, I will just click on the participants list so that you can see all your classmates. First name will be my name since I am the teacher. All others will be students. Okay, I can see all your details here, and I can see 1 second, 2 second, the timestamp I can see. Last access to the course. So I can see these many people, but I'm, what is the, Anish Anand, you are there? Anish Anand? Maybe he'll be absent in the class. Anyhow, we are recording the session, so he can later make use of the video recording. What about Hemant? Hemant, you are
Yes,
there?
sir.
Hemant,
Yes,
have
sir.
you
Yes,
logged
sir.
in? Yeah, logged in. Okay, this page is not dynamic, so that is the reason why. But I'll see all the all whether I everybody. What about Archita?
Yes, sir. I have logged in.
Logged in. Okay, Archita logged in. So I'm just calling the names which are seen as never here. So never means you will be a little late to log in. Maybe I'll refresh this page once again so that all the late joinees details will also be visible. Okay, it has gone. Okay. Maybe yeah. Here never means Hemant already logged in, so Archita also logged in, no problem. It will take some time, I guess. I don't know, but we are not worried. Only thing you have logged in means no problem. Jay, have you logged in? Jay, you are
Ye-
there?
Yes, sir, I am online.
You are already online. Okay, now Siddharth started. Then Madhulika. Madhulika, you are there?
Sir, 1 minute. I'm just logging in. It's taking a time to load.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. So, but you have the password and all, correct?
Yes, sir.
So no problem, no problem. Okay. Then Shweta.
Sir, even I'm logging in.
Okay. Arjun.
Sir, I am logging in right now.
Logging in. Okay. Kushi.
Sir, I'm logging in.
Okay. So all of you have Sri Chandana. Sri Chandana, you are there? Yes, yes. Okay, you are there. Okay. I remember you, Sri Chandana. Yeah. Then Jitesh. Jitesh is there.
Sir, logging right now.
You are Jitesh, right? Or
Sir, my name
your
is
name is very big, very long.
Medhansh.
Medhansh. Okay, Medhansh. So you will be popularly called as Medhansh, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So then Manan. Manan Goyal, you are there? Manan, I guess he's absent, but no problem. So I think all of you, yeah, in this page, everyone has joined. So everyone has joined. So now what we can do is, this is just the participants list where this you can also view. You can also identify who are all your classmates and all. Many things are possible. That's okay. But yeah, we have 66 people, including me, 65 students and me. Okay, that is the class. Now you can see if, yeah, if you on this left hand side, top left hand side, you have the list of topics that are to be there. You can see many things on the left hand side, the participants list and badges and all you leave. So you have in this class, in this course, you have all the this grades. Once you do something, some exercises and you earn some grades, then you can click there and see your grades. And those things are not applicable at this point of time. Now topics, you can see several topics. I have just edited one topic today, that is the lab in Moodle introduction. And if you scroll down, you can see, I guess you can see all your classes, remaining classes. So how many faculties have added you into their class, that I don't know. How many faculties have plans to use Moodle, that also I don't know. So depending upon your professors uh, choices, your classes may be listed here or may not be listed here. Okay. If your class is not listed, then that professor does not have a plan to use Moodle for you this semester. Okay, so that is how that is about this bar. And if you click on this lab in Moodle introduction, all of you, can you click just like what I did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
sir.
see these things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see an announcement section. I didn't put any announcement today. So if you have some announcements, then you can see that. Otherwise, you forget it. But all the exercises, the tasks, you can see. These are your tasks for today. So this task we will be doing together. So I will also be doing, and you can also follow me, or you can independently do. So the three tasks we should complete, and in the next lab we will be doing the actual programs. And remember one thing: today's task will not be graded. This will not be considered for any mark, any grading, anything. Nothing is there. This is just a familiarization of the environment. Even though you will see some grades, depending upon the correctness of your program, you will get some grades for today, but I won't consider it because these are very simple dummy exercises. These are not lab programs. These are dummy exercises. Your actual lab programs will start by next week, and then grading will come, and those grades will be counted. So that is uh, so now you can click on the first exercise, sum of two numbers. Maybe you need not look into my screen. You can maximize your screen and you can follow the instructions, because whatever I am seeing, you will also be seeing. So it will be very easy. You can minimize my screen, but anyway, my screen, I keep on sharing the screen, but you can minimize my screen and you can use your screen. So those people, those who got a delay, all of you could log in. Somewhere telling that you had a delay. I think everyone has logged in and everyone is in this screen now. Yes, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I think you got busy with the programs. So if you can click on the sum of two numbers, that exercise, you can see the details of the exercise. Can you read the sum of two numbers, C or C++? You can use C or C++ just to have an introduction on how to do this. I have created a C exercise, a Python exercise. So this is a C exercise, and you can see several details here. You can see the due date is Friday. This due date will be set by your teacher. So I have set next week 5:30 as the due date. I can set it at any time. So if this is an exam, then this due date will be exactly 1.5 hours from now. So that depends on the category of the test. If it is an assignment, if it is an exam or whatever. Okay. And maximum number of files means you are supposed to submit only one file. That is only one program you can do in this exercise, or not more than one program. And the type of work is individual work. So this is not a group work. Everyone should do. If you want to do this, grading will be individually done. If you don't submit, you won't get any grade. That's all. So grade, when I say this, this is not graded, remember, but generally I'm telling all these instructions are in general. Okay. Then you can use the question you can read using C or C++, read two numbers and print their sum. That is your question. So read two numbers and print their sum. So I have given some sample input, just like your VTop, not VTop, VPropel. Just like your VPropel, you can see sample input is equal to, this is the first sample input for which the input is 2 and 3. So two numbers are given as input and the sample output is 5. That means 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Your program should do or read 2 plus 3 and print 5. Next sample input, second sample input, minus 8, 6. That means minus 8 and 6, your program should read and you should print the sum of minus 8 and 6, which is equal to minus 2. Third sample input is 0, 0, and 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So you have to read 0 and 0 and you have to print 0. Okay. So that is how you can read and understand the question. So first time when you get a question, this is the first thing to be done. Read and understand whether any sample input and output are given, whether any test cases are given. If that is the case, then you have to run your code and pass the test cases. Okay. Now you can see Submission, one tab is there. Just write to this description. You can see a tab, submission tab, and just next to that you can see an edit tab. Can you see an edit tab?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you can click on that edit tab. When you hit on that edit tab, it will ask you for a file name. Ask you for a file name. You can give any file name of your choice. I am giving here sum.c. Okay, this is a C program, so I am giving sum.c as the file name. So you can give any file name, any valid or any file name which makes some sense that you can give. Don't give any random name. So this is okay if I give. So now you can see a code window is coming. This is just like an editor. Okay, now the code editor has come. Okay. Now can you see an arrow key, one arrow pointing to left bottom and one to top right? Can you see that? This is to maximize this code editor. So full screen, you can see full screen. It is the tooltip is coming full screen. Maybe I'll zoom this a little bit for the time being. So this is, you can see this full screen button. Can you see that arrows? If you click on that, you will have a, yeah, any doubts? Yeah, you will have a clear feeling or you will have an impression that you are actually on an editor. On the right hand side, you can see the description also. You can see the description of the program. You can see what is what you have to do on the left hand side part. What program you have to type on the left hand side, that description is given on the right hand side in parallel. So if you are doubtful, you can check on the right hand side every now and then type the program. Now let us type the program. I will also type the program. You can also type the program. So this is a hash include. Since this is a C program, this hash include kind of thing is compulsory. So stdio.h. Then I will use an int main. Then maybe an open brace and closing brace. Then a return 0. If I put it now, I will not forget. Return 0. Then you can scan the numbers. So the input is two numbers. So you can just use a scanf statement. So here also, just like vPropel, you don't use any text instructions to the user. Like you are reading from the machine, not from a user. So if you give enter two numbers, enter the numbers whose sum is to be found out, no such decorations. You don't give any text messages. You can just scan the numbers. Since these are integers, I can use the scanf for person D and person D. Since I use integers, and I should use two variables, that is ampersand A, comma, ampersand B. If you use these variables, then you should declare these variables also. So if I come back and type int A, B, and S. S is for storing the sum. Now if I type, so are you, all of you are typing the program? Some of you might have finished.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay, then type it. Then what is to be done? S is equal to A plus B. That is to be done because our program is to find the sum of two numbers. So S is equal to A plus B. Now I can print, just print the value of S, not any English statements like the sum of these values is this. No English statements, just print the values alone. So person D, then this is to, yeah, sum. Okay, only sum, not sum. Yes, S is the variable name. So S. Now return 0. I think this is okay now. So as of this program is, I think, perfect. But let us check for errors. There can be some errors, typing mistakes, semicolons missing, or some variable declaration errors. Such things will be there. So how to check for errors, that I will tell you. So you can save the program. First of all, you need to save the program. So you can see a floppy disk button, which is the save button. You save the program. Okay. Once you save the program, can you see some symbol, right? Like a rocket symbol here. I don't know whether it is
Yes,
a
sir.
rocket.
Run option.
Yeah, that run symbol you can see. You can run that for giving your own test cases. Like we have written a program, and first of all, we should test it. Rather than testing the system test cases, we should test it, whether we are getting the correct answer or not. So when I press the run button, I'll get a console. where I give two numbers 3 and 4, then I get the answer 7. Okay, this is correct. This seems to be correct. You can run it again, close that small command window. Then you can again run it. You can run it. Now I am giving 45 and 123. What is the sum? 168 seems to be correct. So it is this program is correct for my test cases, but your test cases is not sufficient. Actually, the test cases given by the teacher should be passed by the program. So here next you can see one tick button with a 0 there. So you can see, can you see that next to that rocket, you can see a tick button.
Yes, sir.
A tick mark, you can click on that tick mark. It is evaluating the test case that is given by the teacher. So it will take some time, and you can see on the right hand side, now the comments, it is the comments that is getting 3 test cases run and 3 test cases passed. So 3 test cases run on 3 test cases passed. Okay. So I have given for this program 3 test cases. All the 3 test cases are passed. That is the reason why 3 test cases run and 3 test cases passed. Understood? Or everyone
Yes,
got
got it.
this status? Everyone got this status?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you can see this tick mark. It was before it was 0. Now it is 1. Can you notice the difference?
Yes, sir.
This is because you have made one submission now. Okay, you have made one submission. Okay, this is the number of submissions. So whenever you click on this tick mark, that corresponds to a submission, your program is submitted. Okay. Then you can ask me, I have submitted, but the answer is wrong. What to do? You can edit the program and submit again. Okay, the latest submission will be counted. Okay, you can submit it 10 times, 12 times, or 15 times. Your last submission, latest submission will be counted for evaluation or grading. So here, fortunately, this program is correct in the very first attempt. So I got a grade of 10 on 10. Can you see my proposed grade is 10 on 10? You people also will get a proposed grade of 10 on 10. Instead of my name, your name will be displayed here. Doesn't matter. So you will get a grade of 10 on 10. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why it is proposed grade? It is not the actual grade, because sometimes the teacher may evaluate your program and he can reduce the mark. As far as the Moodle system is concerned, it is just its grading policy is just based on the running of the test cases. Okay. In that case, this is the proposed grade. That is why it says that it is proposed grade. Don't think that it is actual grade. The teacher may reduce your mark. Suppose I have asked you to do the same program with the functions. Okay. Let us assume that I have asked you to do this program using functions. But you did not do functions because you don't know functions. Let us assume that you don't know how to write a function in C. So you wrote it in this fashion, but your test cases are passed. But will I give you full mark? I will not give you full mark because you have not used a function. I will give you just 5 marks on 10 because the question was to use functions. So later on, when I check your submissions, I will see individual students' code and whether they have used the function and the test cases are passed. If they are used the functions and test cases are passed, they will get 10. If they have just passed the test cases without using functions, I will reduce 5 marks. So that is why this is known as proposed grade. Okay, proposed grade means that test cases are passed. But whether are you satisfying all the requirements of the program, that will be verified by your teacher and your grades are subject to change. That is what this proposed to. Now let us see what will happen if you missed. If you have some errors here, let us remove some semicolon and try. Okay, I am deliberately removing one semicolon and I am again trying. So whenever you edit the program, you have to save the program. Then only the run button will be active. So I have edited here. I have removed the semicolon from line number 5. Now I have to save the work. Okay, saved. Now the run button and the evaluate button, everything is active. Now if I click on the evaluate button, what will happen? Let us see. You see, here the title is changed. This comments has changed to compilation. Can you see? All of you remove some semicolon and deliberately make some error and run the code. And you see what is happening on the right hand side. In that right hand side panel, you can see error message is displayed. Can you see this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I can see in line number 6, I have an error, expected semicolon before S or something like that, some C error message. So this is how you will get it if you have an error. Okay. So I have replaced or I have changed it because I understood that there is a semicolon missing. So I put a semicolon, save again, run again. So what can you see? Again, it changed to compilation error, changed to comments again, and 3 test cases are run and 3 test cases are passed. So now it is correct again. Okay. Now let us see some logical mistake. This is
Excuse me, sir.
compilation. Yes.
Sir, is it limit for the number of evaluations we can
The
do?
number of evaluation has no limits. It is just maybe if the teacher wishes, he can set some limits for evaluations, and the number of attempts, using number of attempts, you can reduce the grades. So such things are there, but we won't be using it. You can use n number. Even you run for 1,000 times, no problem. Okay, as far as our lab is concerned. But
Sir, which
for
language will
some,
be using this semester?
yes, that is what we are about to tell. Like this is language independent. You can use any language. Okay. You can use a, I'll show you the set of languages supported. That is why I tell you this is a very what powerful platform. Okay. So you can see now let us yeah, I'll tell you all these things, but before that let us complete this. We can make some mistake. Suppose instead of a plus b I typed a minus b. By mistake I made my code as a minus b. This is not adding the numbers, this is just subtracting the numbers. Now you try to run the program. You just make some mistake and run the program. Like you can replace a plus b by a minus b by mistake. This is a logical mistake. This is not a compilation error. So there won't be any compilation errors, but the answer will be incorrect. Now, can you run the program by changing it to a minus b? You can run it again. It says there is no error, but you can see that my grade has reduced from 10 to 3.33. What is the reason? What is the reason?
Not passed.
My 3 test cases I have, 2 test cases have failed. 1 test case, fortunately it passed because it is 0. So 0 plus 0 is a 0 and 0 minus 0 is also equal to 0. So that is why I passed 1 test case. It is not because of my program. It is by luck. By luck, I could pass 1 test case, and for that I got 3.33 marks. So this is why it is known as proposed grade. But if you submit this program, actually, when the teacher evaluates, he will understand that this is a minus b, so he will reduce your grade further to 0. So you can see the test cases which are failed. This is just like your vPropel. You can see test case 1, so incorrect. So what is input 2 and 3 are the input numbers, and program output is -1. Your output is -1 because you did a minus b, but the expected output is 5. You can read it and understand it where you are wrong. That you can understand. In the test case 2, you can see the incorrect program output. Input is, this is incorrect program output. The problem is incorrect program output. What are the inputs? -8 and 6. Your program output is -14 since you made a subtraction. But actual output is what? Just a second, I'm getting a call which is Okay, sorry for the interruption. So here, yeah, you can see, are you there? Everyone there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So this is how you can see two test cases are failed. You see, this is a -8, -16 we computed, which is -14, which is wrong output. Actual output is -2. It should be -2. So this test case is also failed just because we edited the code from a plus b to a minus b. So that is the reason why. Third test case somehow it passed because it is 0 and 0. It is not because of your program. It is just 0 and 0. So 0 plus 0 and 0 minus 0 are 0. So now let us correct this program because anyhow we don't want to see 3.33 on 10 against our name. So we can just edit it and save it again, run it again. You can see compilation, it happens. So it is there. So this is your first, this was your first exercise. Now let us see what I can see this. How can I visualize your, let me return to my original role. That
But
is
as we cannot use gPropel, this is a good replacement.
yeah. That is what I told you in the beginning itself. You will love this. This is not like we should accept the changes. Okay, wherever there is a new opportunity for us, especially technologically, we should accept it. And we computer science students don't use this means who will use? We should use it first. Now I will show you what, yeah, I can see the submission list now. If I take the submission list, you can see, maybe I'll minimize this, otherwise won't be there in a single screen. You can see, can you see my screen? You just focus on my screen for just a moment. I can see that Tarun has taken 4 attempts and he has got 10 marks. You can see all your details, all your submissions I can see here. Okay. This is automatically graded. Currently, all the gradings are automatic, but if I wish, I can go back and check your program and is it satisfying the necessary requirements, and I can change your grade. This is auto graded. So Tarun has done, Sakshi, Satish is done, Gia, Rodit, everyone. Okay, I can see everyone, so I'm so happy about it. All of you have done one. Karthik, Kangana, Kartikeya. Kartikeya,
Yes,
what
sir.
happened to you?
Yes.
Yeah, you have not submitted?
Submitted, sir.
Oh, submitted. Okay, then since this is not dynamic, so there will be a little delay. So Archita, I think she has done the minus, but have not edited to plus. So it's okay. Everyone. So this is just to make you understand that what I see. Parshita, Deepti, you are there or absent? Harshita, Deepti, you are there or absent? I think she is absent. So then we can see Riddhi. Riddhi, what's your status?
Sir, I'm here and I've submitted both the codes for C and Python, but
Okay.
it's
But no
showing.
grade. Maybe if I refresh this window, it will come. Let us see. Riddhi, Riddhi, but still no showing no grade. What was your grade? 10 on 10 you saw there in your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it will get updated. Don't worry. Anyhow, this is not for grades. Okay, this is for just familiarization. You will get a 10 or 0 or 3, whatever for this particular today. It won't be having any effect. So, but most of you, what about Miley? You are there or absent?
Yes, sir, I submitted.
Submitted. Okay. So for many students, it is not getting reflected. Maybe some delay from your side because I am seeing the same set of names. Even Sri Chandana, last time also she has some delay. So I guess she has submitted. So no problem. I'm not calling out all the names. Anurag, you got 0 marks?
Sir, I was trying to intentionally give some.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Manoj, you are there?
Sir, I passed, sir.
Oh, passed. Okay, no problem. Okay. So everyone, almost everyone has done. The rest of the people, it's just a problem of delay, not nothing else. So I will now show you some more
Sir,
interesting things. Yes. Any doubts?
I have Like when we edit it, we are supposed to click on the save button, then on the rocket button, and then on the tick button to submit, right?
Yes. That rocket button is not necessary. It is just for if you wish to check your test cases, then it is you can do that. Otherwise, it is not compulsory.
Are we
But that
supposed to
is
do the
save button
submission?
and tick button. Yeah, tell me.
Are we supposed to do anything in the submission new tab also?
No, nothing. You can just
Okay.
that clicking on the tick button will that count will be increased by 1. Once you click, if you have 3 now, then it will be increased to 4.
Oh,
That
okay.
is the
Understood.
submission. That is the submission. Okay. There is no submit button, separate submit button and all those are not there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That tick button itself will act as submit button and whatever you submitted, the latest submission I can see. Okay. Now if I edit here, okay, I'll show you something which is really interesting. So if right hand, I don't know, I forgot even I am also learning. Please understand that I'm not an expert. I am also learning things. Not this one. Okay, not here. Edit settings. So this is where I type. This is the teacher view. Okay, this view you will not get, but just for making you understand, I'm telling. Here I can set everything and maybe submission restrictions. Yeah, one point I wanted to tell you is you cannot copy paste code. Okay. You cannot copy paste your code here. You can copy paste in what way? I'll tell you, you can copy and paste from the same program. Okay. Suppose you have already written a for loop and you want to do one more for loop, means the previous for loop you can copy paste, but you can't copy paste from internet or some any other resources. Okay. So that even you can try. You try copy pasting from somewhere, some internet or somewhere. Okay. That is one point which I used to, every teacher will use to disable it. So that where I
Slide and copy pasting work though.
for you worked from the same program you can copy paste. From internet you tried?
No, sir.
Sir, I
From
copy
yes,
pasted
sir.
from
It
somewhere
is
else.
working because I coded in VS Code and then copied it in the Moodle.
Oh, okay. Then I might not have disabled it. Okay, I will disable it for next
Because
time. Anyway,
VS
for
Code we are very friendly, so it is easy for me.
yeah, that I understand, but that is not possible here. If I don't know, I have not enabled it or enabled it, that I forgot. Yeah.
Sir, can we debug the program in this?
Sorry?
Putting breakpoints. Can we put breakpoints and debug in Moodle?
Yeah, that is, I don't know. I didn't try, in fact.
So this is you have selected no and disable
No.
external.
That is why if I select this, yes, disable external file upload, paste and drop of external content. External, anything external you can't do. Within the program, you can do. Within the program, you can save some work. Like if you already have a for loop, you can copy paste. So this I enabled it, but now I am going to disable it. Yes, disable is yes. So I selected it. So now you can, if I save and return to the course, now you can try copy pasting, which will not work. Okay. Now what I wanted to show is not this one, but it is not, I am not able to do that. Because I'm also learning. That is why I told you. Yeah, here something is there. Edit settings. Yeah, here I think. Oh, this is the same thing. Okay, here. Yeah, execution options, I guess. Yeah, you can see here, all of you just concentrate on my screen, then you will understand that run script, what I have given is you can see the set of languages supported by this module. You can see this many whole lot of languages are there. This is a very big list. This many languages are supported. So language, if I give auto detect, you can run your code in any language. Run your code in any language you wish. So it will auto detect the language and do the compilation and everything. So you can see this many languages. So this is highly helpful. You can see Python is there and all the languages, almost all the languages, C, all versions of C, CPP, then Java, Lisp, Perl, PHP, Python, Ruby, many things. Okay, even SQL. So almost all the labs in our computer science, you can conduct it in Moodle. That is what, not you, your professors can conduct. Okay, you can answer all your questions. This is I deliberately given as C or C++ because I wanted you to run a C code and Python code. That is the reason why I gave you, in order to just make you understand that C will work, Python will work, everything will work. Okay, now let us go to that Python code. Okay. Now if you could come back, I'll just change my view to student view so that we can go together. Oh, sorry, I changed it to guest.
So, sir, which language will be using this semester?
This semester, if you are using this platform, you can use any language. Because, yeah.
What do you prefer?
That is your choice, like C, C++ or Python. Okay. C, C++. As I told in the last lab, I am not very much comfortable with Java, but if your program passes the test cases, I don't have to bother. Java program I can read and understand. But it's a little time taking for me to write Java code because I'm not that much into Java. All my activities, everything with C, C++ or Python, and in fact R. But R, you will feel it a little unfamiliar. So here, what?
There is no language restriction from your side.
Yeah. That is what I wanted to mention. But mostly you will be doing C, CPP or Python, right? Maybe
Yes,
some
sir.
of you will be using
Yes.
Java. So that is also fine for me because I can read and evaluate your program and test cases anyway. The Moodle will take care of. So I don't need to bother about it. Now let us take the Python code. Okay, let us do that. Most of you might have done by now. So, but let me just demonstrate it. I have already typed it in order to save time. I have typed it. In any way, you can do the Python code. So it is just to prove that Python will also work. Not only Python, the list of languages I showed you, all those languages will work. Okay. So here, if I save and run the code, you can see these test cases are passed because this program is correct. And here also you can make some mistakes and you can try that. Many things you can do. You can explore anything what. But before that, let me see how many of you have done the Python code. Have you everyone completed the Python code?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
then
sir.
I'll go back to my teacher role and I'll see the submissions. So anybody has any difficulty, please let me know. Many people are slow, not in the sense that they are slow, their network is slow. So I'll just see the submission view. Okay, submission view if I take, okay, not this one. There I should go that also. Even I am learning the platform. So here, if I take this, yeah. Yeah.
You have to switch to professor view.
No. Yeah, browser role I have switched it. That is why I can see. Yeah, Tarun has taken 4 attempts and he has got full mark. So just like that, Satish, everyone. Everyone, Abhishek. Yeah. So Python code everybody has done. Again, Adil, what happened? Adil, you are there? You are there, of course.
I submitted. I can see.
Okay, submitted. Okay, you are there, of course, because you are taken the. You have attempted 3 times. Jay has done, Sonit, Riddhi, yeah. Kunal. Yeah, no grade people are there. Kunal, what happened? Kunal is there? They're there? Okay, leave that. Rajat?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, like in the last thing, we saw a problem where like if semicolon was not there or something, it was not giving us marks.
Sorry, your voice is not clear.
Just not. Sir, am I audible now, sir?
Now better.
See, actually, like in the previous program, we saw that if semicolon was not there, we were not getting enough marks. And you said you will go through the program. At that time, is there a chance that you will increase the marks, or it depends on compilation most?
It depends on the question, because if I insist you to do in using functions, I'll
sir.
check whether you have actually used the functions or not.
So what I'm saying is sometimes because of minor mistakes, our test results are not coming. Test cases.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, we can have, maybe if I put very low marks, then you can point it out also. Since this is assignment, you will get enough time, and even after evaluation, we can edit. But for exam, I don't know. Exam anyway, I'll go through the program also. That is usually I'll go through the program for exams.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about 48 people have submitted, but what about the other people? I think only 48 are present now today. I don't know. Yeah, anyhow, it's I think you understood it. Now I have given you a little difficult program which has not difficult, which has many test cases, like you have to print two values. So this program you can take up now. Maybe what is that program? Maximum and minimum in an array. Maximum and minimum in an array. That is the next program. So you can take up that program by now. Many of you might have done that already. So you can see it has a long list of input and it has two outputs. Okay. So this is the input. You have to find the maximum and minimum. In fact, this is your first program. This is going to be your first program in your lab exercise, not in this form. This you have to do using divide and conquer. But today you don't do divide and conquer and all. Today you just do it in the naive approach, using the naive approach. But in the next class, maybe we will first I'll explain how to do a program using how to do this program using divide and conquer, and I'll give you an exercise. Okay. Today you do it. This is not for grading purpose or anything. You just do it using your own style, your own language. This you can do in any language. Okay, any your language of your wish. Okay, it is specified in the question. I think, yeah, using your favorite language. Find the maximum and minimum elements in an array of n elements. The instruction is read n in the first line and n elements in the subsequent lines. Okay. So this is going to be your next program, and many of you might have already started. Let me see the submission list. Yeah, many of you are doing. Some of you have got. Some of you are still trying. You can take your time. This is okay.
So, one doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, for every lab, we'll be having some of the assignments uploaded on Moodle.
Yeah. That is what I plan, but I don't know how far it is practical. We have to cover the portion also. First of all, I need to tell you the algorithm and all. Then only you will. The topic should be familiarized to you. If I ask you knapsack problem, you do knapsack problem. Like that, I cannot say. I should teach you first knapsack problem. So I'll spend some time teaching the concept, and the remaining time you can, if some remaining time is there in the lab, you can utilize that for programming, or else I'll give you deadline as 1 week or something, so that you can complete it and submit it before the deadline. And one more thing I wanted to tell you is you can download the code also. Whatever you have written, you can download also. So if you see the, let me, oh, sorry again.
No, it's
Okay.
correct. It's correct. You cannot just.
Yeah. This is, if you see the edit, then where I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the other exercise because this exercise I have not done. The maximum and minimum in an array I have not done. I will not be doing that. Instead, I'll take this. Yeah, you can see the submission view. There is a submission view button. Can you see all this submission view? If you are if you are in another window, then you can just focus on my window. Can you see the submission view button?
Yes, sir.
There you can see all the details. You see reviewed on 5, that is the date and timestamp, everything. It is automatic grading and you got the grade 10 on 10 and you can see a download button here. Here you can download this code and you can combine the exercises together and upload in VTop. Okay. What is the problem if you don't upload in VTop?
Sir, we will get 0 in assignments.
Yes,
Because
Not
VTop,
zero.
cannot give
Not
marks.
zero. Not zero.
sir, but VTop
Because
cut marks for not submission.
no, not zero. You will not get full marks. That's all. Okay. If you submit, that means something is to be uploaded in VTop. If you don't upload anything, I can give you maximum 9 mark. If it is a 10 mark question, then I can give you maximum 9 marks. This is the problem. So I will do all the evaluations, everything grading in Moodle itself. But if suppose you got full marks, then when I go and try to enter the full mark in VTop, it will cut 1 mark if you didn't upload anything. So rather than uploading some garbage, you can just download this code and you can upload it there. Okay. If some 5 questions, one assessment means there will be some 4 or 5 questions. You can download the code for all the 5 assessments, combine into a single PDF or Word file or anything. You can upload it there in the VTop, but all the evaluations will be done in Moodle itself. Okay. So that is one advantage. You can view your submission also. When you have submitted, is it before the deadline? What grade you have obtained? All the history is with you. So if I enter or make some wrong entry due to some typo mistake or human errors, you can point it out. In VTop, if you get less mark, you can point it out. All the test cases are passed. In Moodle, it shows 10 on 10, but I got less mark like that. So everything, there is a little bit of transparency is added. So you can now continue with your exercise. What is that? Maximum and minimum in an array. By the time, let me see how many of you have done.
Sir,
for that. Yeah.
like for the assignment, like how many assignments will be having for lab 5 or 10?
In VTop, I have right now I have scheduled 5 assignments. Within this 5 assignments, there will be sub questions. Okay. Maybe first 2-3 labs combined 1 assignment, then next 2-3 labs combined next assignment, like that. Okay. But we have enough gap in between. So there is at least some 2-3 weeks gap. So I think you can aram say complete all the assignments. It won't overload you. That is what that is how I have distributed the assignments and their dates, because you will never feel that you are overloaded.
So we have to attempt every assignment on Moodle and just copy paste the code.
Just download go to this submission and just download the assignment, consolidate it. Suppose 4 assignments for 1 assignment in VTop. That is 4 programs for 1 assignment in VTop means you consolidate all the 4 programs into a single Word file or PDF, upload it in VTop. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, now I will see which question is this. Which question is this? I don't know. Yeah, this is sum of numbers, 2 numbers, not this question. I want to see the other question. Maximum and minimum in an array. How many of you have done it? For that, I should see the submission list. Submission list means, yeah, Tarun has done. Satish. Pranav, Lakshman, I think you are doing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Swayam Atul, you are doing correct.
Yes. Sir.
Yeah. Bhavya has done. Jatin has done. Sai Harsha Verma. are
I'm
doing-
doing. So I got disconnected.
You are, okay, no problem, no problem. I was just verifying. You can take your time.
Yes, sir.
Saurish, okay. For some time, I will keep silent. Okay. You do it. I will not disturb you.
Sir, can you check for me once, Riddhi? Because
sure.
I get submitted according to me, but it wasn't visible even the last time.
Okay, okay. No, such issues will not be there. But let me see. I'll search for Riddhi. Riddhi, 7 attempts you made and 10 mark. Can you see your name
Yes.
on my screen? Yeah. It will not,
Yes.
such things will not happen. Okay. There may be a little delay, but
Which question?
this question is maximum and minimum in an array.
Sir, but it's only showing one attempt for me. I don't know why it's showing 7 for you.
Even that I also don't know. No, attempts you don't mind. Okay, here these attempts and all that will be valid if you conduct some hackathons and all. Okay, attempts won't be an issue in our lab. As far as our lab is concerned, you can have 100 times you can attempt. Only thing is that your answer should be correct. Okay. So don't
Okay,
worry
sir,
about it. I think that will get updated. Even I don't know what is the reason. If you ask me the reason, I don't know. This is so powerful so that if I want to control you, or if a teacher wants to control the students in terms of attempts, that is possible. That is the only thing. But we won't do it. Maybe I'll refresh this so that many might have turned in. I think today so many people are absent. I'll just get that.
Actually, it's all attendance, 65.
65 is showing, so everyone is present. But in Moodle, anybody has any login issues, please tell me. Anybody has not able to log in yet? Your program, that is not an issue because that will be updated. Okay, no problem. It may be because of, according to my logic, it is some internet issues, some delays. But since the deadline, today we don't have any deadline, and for even after our original lab starts, then also I'll put deadlines, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, so no issues. If it is not an exam, if it is an exam, deadline will be short. All the 65 are there. You see some error, bug in my Teams. When I surf on the names, it will suddenly disappear sometimes. So for me, it is very difficult to see these things.
So
now
are you
it's,
going to teach anything, or is this only for
you see this? Some names are getting disappeared. When I keep on the name, it is getting disappeared sometimes, not always. Even I tried reinstalling, but it's not working. Now it's okay. Yeah, you see, it's disappearing. I can just see your. Yeah, it's a bug. I searched in all Microsoft forums, everywhere I searched, but everyone says that it is a bug. You should use the web application. That is what. But the web application has certain limitations.
But for us, it is not lacking. Sir.
Yeah, it is. For some people, it is happening. But it is not an issue as far as our lab is concerned. It is not an issue, but I can download the attendance list from here. It doesn't affect. So it is here you can see I can download the attendance list. But today there is no need of downloading the attendance list because everyone is present. But in Moodle, I don't see everyone. I can see only 53. That the reason I don't know. That is why I am again asking, do you have any difficulty in logging into the Moodle? And nobody is saying no, which means the answer is yes for everyone. Now,
So
yeah,
today's
everyone.
class is free for Moodle, right? We want to
Yeah. Today I thought of having one more exercise, but this is fine. Okay. So how do you feel now? Can we go ahead with this platform? Did you find this interesting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is so nice. Correct. One issue is you can't copy paste. All these are, this is against, this is not so student friendly, but for us it is,
Sir, actually, it will make things easy for us also. We have to take the screenshots and combine it. And
yes.
that thing
For the
will
exam,
be easy.
especially if you are writing the exam, this will be done in the last minute and sometimes some issues. So this is a much more professional way of doing things. That is what I understand. Much more professional this is. Not like a screenshot and all. That is very, what I feel, I should say it's very savage. We should use, we should run along with the technology. That's all. Any other faculty members who insisted you Moodle as of now in this semester?
So operating system.
Yes,
faculty.
Yeah, operating system. Okay, I understand. Who is taking operating system?
John Paul Martin.
Yeah. We are part of. We together. In fact, we are part of the same team. To be honest. So that is the reason why.
John is new, right?
Sorry.
He's new to the college.
Yeah, he is new to the college, but we are together in hostel and also we interact a lot. Not only John sir, several others. And we collectively took this decision to incorporate Moodle. Last time I feel regret. I feel like last time also we would have done this for your data structures lab because data structures is what I understand a little more important. But we couldn't do it due to we were a little late to react. So why this? Yeah.
Our work easy.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get.
So this will make our work easy.
Yeah. If you take it positively, okay. This is this way you can learn something, okay. And if you type the code in that and don't copy paste the code, this will be, you have to be 100% sincere towards it. So already you are sincere, but still due to some reason you may be, so that there is no scope for such activities. That is how this makes things serious. I can see only 57. I don't know the reason. I'll just refresh again. For other exercise.
Will there be plagiarism check for our assignments? Not for the exam.
Yeah. That is about to, I was about to tell that as the last point for today's class anyway. It's plagiarism check can also be done here. If I click somewhere here, I don't know. Yeah. Here you can see some plagiarism checker is there. Similarity, one button similarity, which is only for the teacher, not for the student. So I can check the similarity activity. So sum of two numbers. If I don't know how to check it, okay. Search. If I search, what is happening? Yeah. You can see 100% similarity between many people. It's because it can happen. This time I'm not blaming you because this is a very small program. So if you write a main statement or some print statement, it will be similar. So here almost all have similarity index, so it doesn't matter. So you can see several clusters. It has been grouped the students to several clusters. So this is the maximum similarity group. Today you don't worry about this since these names are showing up. It will be a little irritating, but don't feel bad. I was just illustrating all the features. This is a small program, so there will be similarity. You cannot write this program without similarity, but please understand that if it is a difficult program and everyone has copied, especially for the exams, this will matter a lot. Okay. So this fourth cluster you see a little less, but anyway, it will be, even if I write code, then my name will also be there because sum of two numbers means everyone will be making the code similar. And also one more feature you see, you can have another feature where I can paste some code here. Okay. There is some for example, the same question is there in Geeks for Geeks, and I wanted to test you whether you have copied from Geeks for Geeks. Then I can paste that code here and I can check against that code. Maybe I can make it as a like not from one website, from so many websites. I can copy the paste the code from here and I can check against those code, not between the students, individual students. I can check against some web content or internet resources, anything. So that again makes this very much useful, this platform. So here, yeah, I have not submitted anything. That is why I don't have any submission. But when I see submission list, it is like this. Still, many people have no grade. I don't know. Let us forget it. I think you can complete it. Okay. You can complete. Sorry.
Sir, I have a doubt. You asked us to download the file, download the code and upload it on VDOP, right?
Yeah.
But sir, whenever we are downloading it, a C file or a Python file is being downloaded.
Okay, you can open it.
So we can open it, but does a C file or a Python file get uploaded on VTOP?
No, you can open it and copy the lines and paste it in a Word file.
Oh, okay. Understood, sir.
Yeah, you open it in a notepad or something, some C editor or somewhere, wherever it is openable, you can open it there and you can paste it in a C like Word file and save it, change it to convert it into a PDF and submit in VTOP. Okay, this is because you can submit even a blank file will do, but since we are doing it, we can make it sensible. That's why. So that's all. Any doubts you have regarding this and any other points to be discussed, or else we can stop for today. Even the lab is up to 5:30, but I don't know, in between a break is to be given. I'm not clear about the rules. How your other labs are happening? Nowadays,
They
lab
leave
timing.
15 minutes before the scheduled time,
Oh,
but
15
the
minutes.
full
That's
time
it.
they
That's it.
study.
Actually, 40 minutes. The theory class strict instruction is given 40 minutes. You should take the class. But for lab class, nothing is told. And this time the lab hours is more, like 10 minutes extra. It is 1 hour 40 minutes, I think. No, not 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 40 minutes. So in between, if you give 10 minutes break, we can stop by 15 minutes early. That is what my idea. Giving a break and coming back means we will lose the continuity. So I think today anyhow we can stop. Whatever is the time today we can stop, because today, as far as I'm concerned, today is a fruitful day because you have learned how to program in Moodle, and I'm ensured that everyone has Moodle login and everyone is able to log into Moodle. And still you have any troubles, you can send me a Teams chat message. I will help you. So attendance is already downloaded. So if no more questions, shall we wind up?
Yes,
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Some people were saying that we can't navigate, we can't go back to the questions.
You can't go back to
So,
questions.
yeah, once you click on next question, click on next, you can't go back to the previous questions. Some people were
No, you
saying
can
this.
come back to, you can see in under this, if you see my screen, under this, you can see dashboard, my courses, and you are in scope and your class number and your exercise. If you come back to this class number, you can see all the questions, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This method you can follow. You can see right under the class name, you can see where you are. This is the kind of, I should say, present working directory. If it is in Linux or anywhere. So this is the place where you are in currently. So you
So
can
that happens
click.
for quizzes, I think. So like quizzes,
Oh,
you can't go back to
quiz.
the.
Oh, you are telling about quiz. Quizzes, we will disable that feature. This is navigate forward only. You can't navigate back. You should answer a question and go forward, and no, you can't come back. Okay, that we can set. While setting the quiz, the teacher can set. This is because to avoid plagiarism, to avoid helping other students, your friends, you won't help other students because you will be going forward alone. You can't come back and help tell your answer to your friend. That is the reason why we, and one display question at a time. If the quiz is happening on MS Forms, Microsoft Forms, you can see all the questions. Maybe you can help your friends. If it is happening in online platform, if you are sitting inside a classroom with an invigilator, then no problem. Otherwise, you can, not you, generally the students, you will not be doing such activities, I know. To avoid that, you can't navigate back while quizzes are happening. Actually, in fact, we are going to conduct the quizzes through Moodle only this time. Okay, our theory part quizzes also. So for that, one theory classroom is also created. You can see here, theory classroom is also created. So anything else? Nothing. Okay, then we can we stop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we can stop, and next lab we will be doing a whole lot of business in Moodle. So get ready for that. Meantime, if you have any problems in logging in or overall usage in Moodle, you can just text me through Teams. I'll respond. Okay. Okay, then thank you very much. We will see in the next class. And tomorrow's class, if you are in tomorrow's theory class, it will be cancelled. Okay, we have a meeting. So tomorrow we have a morning theory class, that is F1 slot, F1 or TF1. That slot is cancelled. Evening slot will happen as usual. F2 slot will happen as usual. Anyway, I'll send a message also in Teams as well as in WhatsApp. By the way, everyone has joined in WhatsApp group. I didn't check. Okay,
Evening slot.
No lab. It's
No,
a
sir,
theory class.
Evening class, sir.
Evening class will be there. Morning class, mostly it will be cancelled. We have a meeting. It's an urgent meeting. Attending is compulsory. So there is no other way. The institute also suggested to cancel the class. It's not cancelling, we will be rescheduling it. Okay. We will conduct it on a later date, which will be informed later. Okay. Okay, guys, then thank you very much. Thanks for your active participation. I am so happy. So this kind of response will make every teacher happy. So thank you very much, and hopefully we will do a lot in Moodle this time in your algorithms lab. So see you in the next class. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.